HJ Lim, tell me, you started very early with piano. You were 3 years old. Tell me, how did you start with piano?
Exactly. It all started in a very, very modest and simple way. My mother just wanted me to use both hands as much as left hands and right hands. And oh, sorry, I was just sort of sorry. So I will just answer again. Um, so it all started in a very simple way, in very modest way, I would say, because I'm the only musician of my family. And yeah, my mom wanted me to use my left hands as much as my right hand. So she introduced me a piano teacher, and yeah, it started there. Yes.
Did you ever play some other instruments?
Yes, I play violin. Not very good, but I learned playing violin, and I was very obsessed by flute playing as well.
But did you ever rebel against playing piano when you were a child?
I would say that I never had any reason to rebel against the piano because I never had any pressure. And playing piano was part of playing, really playing in life. And because I mean, again, I was the only musician of my family, and it was not took very seriously. So it was like playing with doll, and it was playing with friends, like piano, and so it was very very normal. So no pressure.
Who do you think has influenced you most as a musician?
There are quite many musicians, but if I have to say only a few of them, of course, my very first piano teacher, and Marco Plaire, who is my first French piano teacher. When I was 12 years old, I met him. He was like my second father. And this great pianist, Henri Barda, was my teacher in Paris Conservatoire. And then Maestro Rabinovich Barkowski, who is like really a real genius. I consider him as a crazy genius. Memory, brain memory, and culture and knowledge. And also there are many pianists such as Rachmaninoff, Ignaz Friedman, Alfred Cortot, Samson François, and yeah, there are those pianists who are very, very important to me.
You moved to France at the age of 12. What it was like to be a young girl and started playing in France?
Well, it was very adventurous, I would say. I was excited, and I think I was very naive. I couldn't imagine how difficult it could be. I just wanted to explore this new horizon territory, like you. And yeah, but once there, it was obviously very, very difficult to survive and to live. But yeah, I was just very grateful that I could move in France and studying music in this country where in this school, in this Paris Conservatory, where you had Maurice Ravel was students, as well as Debussy, as well as Saint-Saëns, Bizet, Fauré. I mean, it was kind of a dream for me to study there.
You're a very international person, obviously. Do you think this affects to your music?
Well, I don't think I would play piano exactly in the same way if I studied or if I stayed only in Korea. I think, I mean, the music is very international, but it's also very human. So as human being, I think I can't really judge that actually. Well, it opens your mind for sure.
You have obviously gained success in the international markets. What does success mean to you?
Oh, well, it depends on the point of view of many, many, many people, I would say. Well, for some people, success can mean, material and terrestrial things. For some people, it could mean your inner achievements. Well, in for artists, I should say that maybe the success for artists means your musical the when you can express your musical ideas fully and absolutely intensely. But well, it's very difficult to say because as for me, I don't think that such things such as success exists. Well, for me, success doesn't exist at all because I try to think like that because it means that you have a goal to achieve. It means that you want to get somewhere, and you can ignore the process of get there. I mean, well, the Chinese thinker, great philosopher Confucius said that happiness does not exist. The path is happiness, and I think it's very right answer. And it inspired me actually a lot, in a way that I don't look for success. I don't want to get to some place, but I respect and I treasure the path, the process, of each playing and of each progress, and that's the most important for me, not the success.
But one of the successes has been your recordings of Beethoven's sonatas. Tell me, how did this process started?
Oh, well, well, playing and exploring all Beethoven piano sonata cycle started when I wanted to explore it in live concerts. Actually, in 2010, I was 23, and I played them in 8 concerts. Well, because my main intention was to really share my study on Beethoven's life and Beethoven's music with audience, and to actually live them really in live. And all started there, and then recording came into my life, and yeah, it was another form of exploration, I would say,
Mm.
of Beethoven's life.
What do you think of these recordings? If you think about the afterwards, what kind of journey it has been to you?
Well, I have to compare to the live concerts that I had in 2010. Everything was very new for me, and what I really wanted to share was this very diversified and different aspects of Beethoven's life, of his many aspects of his life, that political, historical, spiritual, and his inner aspects as well, but in a very spontaneous way. And the transmission, the communication was absolutely important, and the magic of interpretation that creates instantly. But in a recording process, you also have to add in that the perfection. I mean, in perfection, in a way that I absolutely had to achieve my musical ideas in the best way possible, and also pianistically. So, so it was I would say that my hope for achievement of a sonata was very, very, very high. So it was really, really demanding, I would say. Had to also create that very vivid and magical, and this spontaneous atmosphere that you have in live concerts at the same time. So so it was a addition of many important aspects that I
Tell
had to
me,
put in my
what
recording.
is coming up in your life? You are performing live there in Korea, and what other stuff is coming into your life?
Oh, yeah, I until well, until oh sorry. How can I put this? Well, I'm now working on Russian concertos, the all Rachmaninoff, the five Rachmaninoff concertos, the number 1, 2, 3, and Paganini variations, and Prokofiev concerto that I have to play. I'm also studying on Bach's Well-Tempered Clavier, the book one. I have my South American tour with the India Radio Symphony Orchestra of Hamburg. Yeah, I mean, I'm just working on new repertoire because I think as pianist, as artist, I really don't want to play only few concertos or only few composers in my life. I really have to explore as much as possible many composers and many repertoire. So that's in my plan to always make progress and always explore new repertoire. It's very important for me. I don't want to be like qualified only as Beethoven player or only Chopin player or only playing few concertos, but really I have to explore Beethoven as much as Chopin, Ravel, Scriabin, Rachmaninoff, Bach, Brahms, Schumann. So yeah, I'm just yeah in the beginning of my journey, I would say.